What's up?
That's a banger.
It so is. Like, I was doing the air drums, and I feel like where I'm sitting right now would be like, yeah, there'd be a band rocking out down here because it's just a mess.
You're in a new location today.
Yeah, I'm relegated to the basement.
Blair live on location from the basement.
The basement. So
sorry, many an independent wrestling show has taken place in a basement. So you're you're fitting the vibe.
Maybe here's where I should book the first ever wrestling show for Grainmaker Productions.
Grainmaker Mania.
Yeah.
You
could fit us all 20 people down here.
Grainmaker Slam.
Hey, just do like a death match in a basement.
Yes. The Grainmaker Invitational. Because that goes with the theme of what we're talking about today, the Nick Cage Invitational, though. But for those that were wondering, this is the last show of 2023 for us.
Yeah.
But we did our year-end review last week because there was a dead week for independent wrestling. There wasn't a lot, but this week there's a lot going on because everybody's ramping up for the new year. We got Prestige to talk about. We got Defy. We got a lot of GCW plus some tidbits. We got a lot going on today.
We've got so much to talk about. We might not even get to talk about everything. Like, we got JCW to talk about.
Oh yeah, we might not even get to make super bad quotes.
No, I mean,
professionals.
We might have to be by the books today.
Buy the books today. Oh,
I know that's going to be a struggle for you. I know you fly off the handle.
I do. That's my whole thing. I'm not a pro. That's why I get professional co-hosts like you and JPJ and others to.
That's what I love about you is that you'll say things like "I'm professional." Come on.
Have you ever noticed the brunch gimmick when I'm running the brunch gimmick? How off the rails that gets. They're like, we don't have anybody else. Can you do it? And I'm like, sure. And then it's just like the worst brunch gimmick of all time.
No. Come on. It's great.
But, I like
when you're on brunch.
Yeah. I like when I'm on brunch too. Running it, I do it because I love the team and I'll do it to help out. But I'm not the greatest at running the point. Because all these fancy buttons.
You just get overwhelmed by the buttons and the potential that they can do.
Yeah, I just want to touch them all. Like that one in the corner that says end stream stares at me and I just want to push it. Not because I want to end the stream, just because it's telling me, it's calling me out. It's so bright.
It's like if there's a sign, don't push the button, you're like,
right. Yeah, exactly. You're like, ooh, what is that? What would happen if I ended the stream right now?
So, hey, Lawrence is in the chat.
Cheap Pop host extraordinaire. Yeah. Lawrence. What's
Lawrence
up, buddy?
Is rushing it with Cheap Pop.
Lawrence is just crushing it in life. He's handsome. His Eagles are winning games. He's got a new show on Love Wrestling. Lawrence is the man. He's our lawyer.
Yeah, he's such a great dude. Just top notch. How we haven't really talked much. How was your Christmas? Before we get into everything.
It was long. It was good, but it was long. We stayed up late. Kids got spoiled. I built a lot of things. It was fun. Mm-hmm. The kids, though, I don't understand how these kids work. They get everything under the sun, and then they still fight over the one thing.
Of course,
guys, there's other toys.
Yeah,
you got 10 other toys right there. Go play with those.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Did you get some new figures added to your wall, or those?
I did not. I did buy myself a Samoa Joe, so if he wins tonight, that'll be cool. I did not get any wrestling figures. Owen got a ton.
Yeah,
he got the old ring and a bunch of wrestling. I got a Soda Stream.
Oh,
and it's the best thing ever.
Look, I know
now I can stream every day.
I know people talk about the Soda Stream. They're like, it's great, but it's like the pop doesn't taste the same. Like that's not Pepsi.
I do the bubbly, the water. I do sparkling water, and then I bought an energy drink one that tastes great. So that's what I'm drinking right now. I Soda Streamed it before we got on air, Blair. I was psh, 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 and then I was like, psh, 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 done.
I was in Grand Forks for the day on Thursday, and I was very pleased with the amount of energy drinks down in North Dakota. Just some great flavors. Like,
well, the States, baby.
Oh man, it's so good. I mean, go to Buffalo Wild Wings, get some energy drinks, deal with racism, all that sort of stuff.
You dealt with racism in North Dakota?
That's just what happens in the States. I know.
Oh, I was like specifically North Dakota. Okay.
There's a big ice storm there, so it was all the trees were covered with ice. It was weird.
Yeah, but the States were crazy. We're crazy down here, but our energy drink selection down here in America is bonkers. Just
right off the bat, energy drinks, racism.
Yeah, that's America. How was your Christmas before we dive into everything?
It was good. Busy.
Yeah. Driving all over the place.
Yeah, there's always the drums and everything, so it's just. The holidays are almost done. I'm excited to get into 2024 and just get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm not a big New Year's Eve guy, so
I'll be in bed by 9.
Right? I have to work anyway, so I'm like,
What time do you work till?
Oh, I have to work New Year's Day because it's Monday.
It's not New Year's Day is not closed?
No, please.
Why not?
Because why would it be?
Because everything is up here.
Nope, not here. We stay open. Some places open later, but I don't care.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
No.
It's just another day. Another day, another dollar. Hey, it's a holiday, so I get paid extra. So
that's all right.
I'll take that.
Yeah, cool.
So I'll ring in the new year with some work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
new year, new you.
The same me.
Yeah. Oh man. Now I'm getting depressed.
Well, let's get undepressed and talk about some of this fine wrestling that's going on.
Well, we can kick things off with what?
Lauren said that they are closed and the second is an optional work day.
Yeah, we're closed, but we got to be there on the 2nd. So,
see, Lawrence is living that best life.
He is just coming up. Everything's coming up Millhouse for Lawrence. So let's kick things off because it ties into the GCW event tomorrow night. We'll kick things off with the Nick Gage Invitational. There are all of the competitors in the Nick Gage Invitational. Huge props to Pluggo for uploading the graphics. So I'll run through them. We can kind of give some thoughts because the winner of the Nick Gage Invitational is going to go on to the GCW show on New Year's Eve and face Blake Christian. So taking part in the event, we've got John Wayne Murdoch, Risa Serra, Daiju Wakamatsu, Emerson Jane, Jacob Fatu, Violento Jack, Jimmy Lloyd, Masha Slamovich, Miedo Primo, and our boy Ciclope. So, that's a solid roster for the Nick Gage Invitational. And, this was the first year I went to a death match, so it's sort of my first year getting into it a little bit more. So I feel like I might be a little overwhelmed. I'm going to have to pace myself as I watch this full show.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of blood.
So hear me out.
Yes.
The interesting thing here was the winner gets Blake Christian the next night. And so I'm trying to think of who would have a really fun title match with Blake Christian. And hear me out. My first thought was that Broski Jimmy Lloyd gets it done somehow, wins the Nick Gage Invitational, goes on to face Blake Christian, beats Blake Christian, takes on Matt Cardona in a finger poke of doom scenario to make Matt Cardona the new GCW World Champion at Aftermath.
Because it would get so much heat, I could 100%.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm always looking for, an awesome finger poke of doom opportunity, and why not have Broski Jimmy Lloyd get the belt and then hand it over to his fearless leader, Matt Cardona.
I look at the lineup and there's a few people that I feel you can cross off the list right away. Violento Jack, don't think he's going to come through. I'm sure it'll be some fantastic matches, but I can't see him going through to face Blake Christian the next night. I mean, Masha Slamovich is right there, and you know that's something that Mash would be gunning for. You know, getting that opportunity, reclaiming,
and they have the history.
Yeah, exactly, reclaiming that GCW World Championship. Even though it's a long shot, like tell me Jacob Fatu in the winning position there wouldn't just.
You say long shot. He's at the top of my not at the top, but he's in the top half of that. I could see it. Blake Christian and Fatu tomorrow night at Aftermath would be insane.
To me, Jacob Fatu is a bigger deal than him just winning the Nick Gage Invitational. And okay, now you get a title shot. Like they should be building him up for that opportunity. I don't think it should just be like, oh, you've won this tournament, you're getting a title shot. Like build him up, because I think you have something really great with Jacob Fatu there that would really come across massive in GCW. Do you want to know who I'm throwing out there for the big dub tonight? Like this is a bigger long shot than Jacob Fatu. And I think you know where I'm going with this.
Uh-oh.
That's who I think.
Cyclope!
That's who I think is going to get the big dub tonight.
If he wears the backpack, he'll get the big dub. But that would be fun.
Think of how much stuff you could put in that backpack to use in the match. Like fill up that entire backpack with thumbtacks.
Yeah. He'd have to, he hasn't been wearing it since we called him out on it. But hey, Cyclope, that'd be a fun little run. I'm down with that. I'm down to see maybe John Wayne Murdoch.
Yeah,
he's a deathmatch specialist, and I don't think him and Blake Christian have fought yet in terms of for the GCW titles. That'd be a new one.
Well, there's a few on the list that honestly I'm not too familiar with, and that's Risa Serra, Daiju Wakamatsu, and Emerson Jane. So I'm very interested to see what they're going to bring to this tournament.
Yeah.
So like I said, like the whole deathmatch scene is definitely something very new for myself, but like I'm really just excited to see what all will come from this, you know?
And if you're looking to actually watch this show and not be worried about competing with, say, AEW tonight, it's on at 5. It's a 5 p.m. start. It's 5 p.m. start time, so you can watch it and then lead into the AEW World's End if that's what you want to do.
That's smart on GCW's part, because I know it's tough when you're putting on a show. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this day. And it's like, oh, there's a pay-per-view that day. It's like, well, awesome.
Well, and I don't know how far in advance GCW plans out their events, but the World's End's a new pay-per-view. So maybe when they planned it, they didn't think about it. So moving it up to 5 works out for everybody. That'll be on Thriller, Fight Plus, Thriller. Is it Thriller up in Canada now? Because it's Thriller down here.
Triller.
Do the Thriller dance. That's
not the Michael Jackson song, but yeah, it's Triller up here.
It is now down here as well.
$15 a month or whatever. I gotta go through and see what subscriptions I'm actually watching. Like, might have to cancel ROH again because how much of that I'm going to watch.
Yeah, we talked about that on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, just if you're gonna go to a streaming service for AEW, just put ROH under that same umbrella and make it one thing.
Yep.
So that way you're not spending $10 on ROH and then whatever the AEW subscription eventually will be.
Mm-hmm. So, no, I'm excited for the Nick Gage Invitational. It'll definitely. I'll watch what I can tonight, and then tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's a long day. There's lots to watch, but I'll find time.
Yeah,
and tomorrow's a lot. Good New Year's Day too. So.
New Year's Eve until 9 p.m. until you fall asleep.
So you're going with Broski Jimmy Lloyd for this bad boy?
Gosh, yes. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say Broski makes a run. He makes the run because I think that would be interesting, and then
it would be. And
I would also. I think Masha is not a bad idea to run back Blake and Masha tomorrow at Aftermath would be. I mean, a slam dunk. So those are my two picks.
Like, I think realistically, it's either Fatu, Masha. Those are the two front runners. I mean, I know I kind of said Fatu's a long shot, but when you look at this crop,
who's going to beat him?
Yeah, he's just a destroyer of worlds.
I don't know how well he's first in the deathmatch thing, but he'll figure it out. And we got the boss in the house, I would assume. Hey guys, hey boss, how are you? Hi. We're being Have today. He's checking in, making sure we're on our best behavior.
Me?
Yeah,
Come on.
Guilt by association, bro.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, sorry.
Ouch.
So that's the Nick Gage Invitational tonight, 5 p.m. on Thriller. I'd rather just say Fight Plus.
Yeah,
it's like the new Twitter X thing. It's still Twitter.
That's what I'm going with is Fight Plus. So, so we talked about it, and I mean the winner of the Nick Gage Invitational, they go on the next night to face off against Blake Christian. So we can segue into that out in Atlantic City. Blake Christian versus the winner of the Nick Gage Invitational 8. So I mean, I could 100% see a Broski finger poke of doom segue to Matt Cardona. Like after you brought it up, it's like 100%. Like I'll be amazed. I'll be disappointed if that doesn't happen now.
And just to add layers to that, I would love to see the Jimmy Lloyd Nick Gage Invitational run be the most sports entertainery of all time.
Oh,
where he does like no deathmatch stuff and somehow sneaks away with these victories.
It's like 15 minutes of a chin lock,
right? It's rest hold, chin lock, tie up, and then I don't know, but that's how I think this is what you do, right? And plus, I don't know. I just think that what's the most Cardona thing he could do is so it's like the least amount of work to get that title back.
Do you think that all of it takes place tomorrow night?
I don't know how you would segue. I don't know if like Broski wins it and then he has a minute with it and then something. I don't know if Cardona shows up tomorrow night and they do all of that. I don't know how you make that all work, but maybe we'll see.
Because kicking off 2024, like think you're ending New Year's Eve. Matt Cardona has just won the GCW World Championship. You head into the new year with Matt Cardona as the champ. Like
that would be a big way to cap off 2023. He comes out and he goes, "All right, Broski, I'm challenging you," and then he just finger pokes of doom. He wins the belt. They throw trash at him. Cut feed. We're in 2024 with Cardona, your Beardy Award winner for Independent Wrestler of the Year, by the way.
And even just think the Jimmy Lloyd redemption arc afterwards to like take that title off Matt Cardona.
Or they play it like, okay, now like Jimmy Lloyd has got a bunch of heat. And then eventually throughout, like you said, throughout like the next 6 months, he's slowly getting himself back under the fans' good graces and boom. Yeah.
Like,
plus, like how much fun would it be to see Jimmy Lloyd somehow beat Blake Christian? Like that would be a feel-good moment tomorrow night because he's one of the GCW's like favorites, and then Cardona comes out, and then they do that. I think it would be amazing. I might be overbooking it, but that's just where my mind has gone since I started thinking about this card.
I don't think so. I like it because you know that Broski Jimmy would be very remorseful of having to do something like the finger poke of doom, but the fans would be relentless. They would be hating on him so much for taking part in it. And then eventually he can turn on the fans, build up to that redemption arc, and then you've got money with Jimmy Lloyd taking that title off Matt Cardona.
Oh yeah. So normally people don't agree with my kooky schemes here, but
I'm all over this one.
All right, let's go, baby. I'm in.
This is the one I am jacked up for. Violence Forever versus Wasted Youth. Like, I love Violence is Forever as the GCW tag champs. I feel like that's a perfect choice.
Is that Marcus Mathers in that picture? I know that can't be him. Who's that guy with the beard? Did he? I don't know. Maybe somebody else. I don't know.
And they accidentally photoshopped someone else in.
I don't know, man. I didn't always do this. This doesn't look well. Maybe he grew a beard. I don't know. He's growing up. But yeah, no, this is going to be a fun one. This will be a great tag team championship match. Violence is Forever. You know how we feel about them. They absolutely rule. Wasted Youth is one of those teams that's on the come up. They're doing big things over in MLW. They're getting notoriety. But I have a feeling Violence is Forever is just going to finish it out.
Yeah, I don't think the tag run for Violence is Forever ends here. I think they go into 2024 on a high note, continue as champs.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's the one thing is I would let them run with the titles, like just let them become this,
Juggernaut.
yeah, 100%, just steamrolling through teams. And in the same way of being able to build up a formidable challenger for them as well.
Yeah. Broski, Jimmy Lloyd, and Matt Cardona. Just to give them all the gold at GCW.
I mean, stranger things have happened in the world of wrestling. I wouldn't put it past it, but it's not on the top of my list for things I want. I think obviously Blake Christian as world champ should be main event. Usually they tend to like lead things off with Blake earlier in the show. But I feel like this has.
Is that because he's just trying to get out of there, or what's going on with that? I gotta know.
I think so. He just wants to beat traffic.
It's just like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go.
And the show being in Atlantic City, he's going to go on and do the boardwalk and
he's
go to the shore store,
sightseeing.
Yeah, go find the Jersey Shore cast.
Heck yeah! Ron, stop!
Ron, stop! Even though Blake Christian is champ, I think this is the main event right here. Nick Gage versus Jun Kasai. I mean, if you don't get your fill of blood and weapons and just carnage the night before, then you will get it at GCW Aftermath with this match. I am expecting nothing less than an absolute bloodbath.
Which is why it has to main event, because nobody wants to have to wrestle behind that.
No.
Or after that. Plus it's Nick Gage. I mean, and Jun Kasai, that's a big match for them. So you got to main event that thing, and it's going to be crazy. Mm-hmm. I wonder how much involvement Nick Gage will have in the Nick Gage Invitational. Admittedly, I have not. This would be the first one I watch all the way through, if I'm being completely honest. I think last year I just watched a couple of the matches, but again, now that we're doing for exposure, I will watch it all and be objective about it. But
yeah, that's something like I'm in the same boat where like I would see clips years before, but now it's like really having to put pen to paper and figuring all this stuff out.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued. But yeah, Nick Gage ending it New Year's Eve, GCW. That's a way to end it. So I don't know how you pull off my ending. But
I think
we'll see where the card falls tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. So I don't know. I
think Nick Gage and Jun Kasai will be the opener.
Look, this is going to be a spectacle by all amounts, and the people tuning in, the fans who are hyped up for this, they know what they're going to get with this. So it is just going to be over the top. It is going to be bloody. If it's not your cup of tea, that's cool, because there's going to be some other great wrestling all throughout this.
There's going to be plenty of varieties of tea.
Exactly. So besides that, there is also the Rumble, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And
what do they call it?
I'll tell you, because here's some of the competitors. It's the Do or Die Rumble.
That's right.
So I'll run through some of the competitors.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Do or Die Rumble winner also gets like a future title shot, if I'm not mistaken. So whoever wins between Blake Christian and the Nick Gage Invitational winner would get a shot, I believe.
So the fact that Masha is in the Rumble leads me to believe that she's not going to win the Age Invitational.
That was weird that they announced it that way. I kind of probably would have left anybody in the Nick Gage Invitational off of that graphic just for oh, hey, like this person. Because like you said, like why would she need to be in the Rumble unless she wins it and decides not to be in the Rumble, or she wins it and says I'm going to just to make sure.
Yeah,
but she would already have a match with Blake Christian, so none of that makes sense. So I think you're right. I think she's probably not winning it.
I liken it to like people thinking that TNA's big signing is Okada, even though they announced them for a show. It's like, that's not how you do things. But okay,
so I think you're right there. Who else is in this bad boy?
You know that Gringo Loco is going to.
Yes,
I'm hyped up for that one.
Yes,
because Gringo Loco always delivers. I think that this next one, Speedball Mike Bailey, Speedball is going to crush it because he was my pick for Wrestler of the Year.
He was our pick for Wrestler
Yeah.
of the Year. You definitely couldn't argue that. And I think he's going to end 2023 maybe with a do or die Rumble win.
Mm-hmm. So we got Speedball. We got Cole Radrick with what a profile picture for this one.
Ratty Daddy looking serious.
Looking like he should be in like a black and white silent film.
Yeah, looks like he should be hanging out with Tony Storm as her like the male counterpart to her. Yeah,
yes.
For
Steph
sure.
DeLander, who knows? I mean, just think if you run through the option that you had.
You can't see my hands right now, chat, but I'm like, yeah, see, she's there. Makes
Those
sense.
are his hands.
Makes sense. It's all like Charlie Day. It's all coming together.
So, I mean, you run through what you planned out and you have Steph win this with a future title shot. So they have all the power. Like,
yes. Because if you think about it too, not to get too sidetracked on it, but when like Cardona first, like the heat he was getting when they first joined GCW, like as the sports entertainer guy, like, and then you're taking one of GCW's favorite sons, Jimmy Lloyd, and putting it's just all of this is like, I think it would be a huge 2024 if they figured out a way to get more massive heat on the deathmatch royalty side of things. That's
100%.
I'm so here for it. But keep going, because I know we got a lot of competitors.
Yeah, so a few more. There's even more. Like there were tons of graphics, but when I was sending them over to Plug, I was like, well, I got to draw the line somewhere. But I had to include this person in there, Mr. Danger.
Yes,
a few GCW showings before, but like. We had our preview show of like who to watch for next year. Like low key, Mr. Danger is going to have a massive year.
He's so much fun.
Like you heard it here first. Mr. Danger will have a massive 2024. People are so hyped on him. Like that the internet hasn't really like taken off with it yet. But like I had an interview with someone who's wrestled with him a few times and they said Mr. Danger's the real deal. So
heck yeah.
So watch for that. But here's my pick for the Rumble, because I said they were going to have a huge 2024. Sawyer Wreck. I'm picking Sawyer Wreck to win the Rumble and kicking off the new year with that championship.
One of our favorites.
Yeah.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I don't know if Sawyer's had a GCW title shot. I don't quote me if she has or has not, but I'd be down with that. If Blake Christian somehow escapes Aftermath, that'd be a fun little match.
I think Sawyer's had a tag title opportunity, but not a world title.
Heck yeah. If you're in the chat, what do you think of us pulling up these graphics? I like it. It. Names to faces, gives you the shows to look for.
Because we're always trying new stuff here.
New stuff.
So this is something I think we thought that might, come across a little bit more professional.
If GCW is your cup of tea, they've got 2 shows this weekend. So that's awesome. The Aftermath show is at 8:00 on Triller, whatever you want to call it. Fight Plus.
Yes, Fight.
It's on Fight Plus. It's at 8:00. It's at the Showboat, which I always think is such a cool looking venue. Mm-hmm. I always enjoy the aesthetic. So way to bring in, if that's your cup of tea, man, New Year's Eve. Boom.
So that's, we're at the halfway point. So we'll run off some tidbits. We'll finish off strong with the rest of the previews. How's that sound?
Prestige Roseland 7 is coming up. And then Defy's New Wave is tonight.
So, but before we get to that, we've talked a little bit about them already. Boom! Matt Cardona and Steph DeLander out doing Destiny Wrestling Reckless Saturday, February 24th, out in Oshawa, Ontario. So that is huge for the fans in Oshawa. So if you get a chance, I mean, I know Destiny announced the Ali's coming in. I don't think it's for that show. But hey,
the Ali tour. Where's Oshawa, Ontario, for where you're at? How does if this is Canada?
Okay, so if
my representation of Canada is not great.
Okay, you would be going like towards Boston from where you are.
Got it. So east.
Yes, you're going east.
Got it.
Okay.
Cool. Maps, baby.
Now we've talked a little bit about it, but I feel like it warrants representation on here because of some of the wrestlers taking part. But Tokyo Joshi Pro, they've got their show January 4th. Masha Slamovich is challenging Mayu Yamashita. So that is worth checking out. They have a streaming service. It is fantastic. It's worth checking out. Lots of great stuff up on there. So there's Masha challenging, and then there's also Maki Ito versus Rina Yamashita. So hey, why not? You know,
that's gonna be fun. I don't know. I don't know very many Rina Yamashita matches where she's not bloody and in a death match scenario. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out.
Seeing her in that position. So let's see.
But and then Mayu Yamashita is awesome. I saw her live this past year. That was one of the highlights of my 2023. She's great.
That was the match against Rachel Armstrong?
Yeah, the Black Label Pro.
Yeah.
Where I met Speedball Mike Bailey. Fun fact, he thought I drove all the way from Canada to see him wrestle in Indiana. And I was like, no, Speedball, I live here. He's like, oh, you're not all from Canada? I said, no, I am the United States division of wrestling.
Yeah, when I saw him out in Edmonton, because I was like, oh, I saw you down in Fargo for Time Bomb Pro, and he was like, what? You drove there, and then you're flying out here to see me again. I'm like, yeah,
dude.
Cool.
You're the reason you're the wrestler of the year, man.
Now a few more for you. We've got Su Yung making her GCW debut beginning of February, so that is exciting. I mean, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. That's a good get.
Yeah, I mean, GCW does a really good job of bringing in a variety of wrestlers. So you're not just going to see the same ones that you're seeing on every indie show. So, I mean, they brought in Top Dollar to do a run. They're bringing in Su Yung. So you're getting a variety, not just like the tops of the indies, which is good. You should have different stuff going on just to stay fresh. So.
And if you and just to top that off with like, if you're on the fence about GCW, maybe you're watching this and you don't watch a lot of independent wrestling. If you do, or you're listening, great. Thank you for listening. But GCW isn't just death matches. They have every card has something for everyone. They have scrambles. They have like technical sound matches. They got your death match wrestling. They do a good job of like mixing in a lot of different things on their cards. So shout out to them. There's something for everyone in GCW.
Hell yeah. Before I throw up the next one, a little GCW news. Zilla Fatu, I mentioned him a few weeks ago. He is the son of Umaga, and he's going to make his debut January 26th. And if you're wondering why nobody had heard of him, he was actually in jail for 6 years. So aggravated robbery charges. So
interesting.
Yes, but he's making his GCW debut. Stoked to see what he can do there. Why not?
Yeah.
It's Zilla, baby.
Zilla on Thrilla.
It's Zilla on Thrilla. And last but not least, and one more. Look.
Yes!
Mansoor versus Tony Deppen. Tell me that's not going to be incredible.
Just the like pre-match stuff is going to be worth the price of admission.
Like, I have no doubt that MXM, I think they're going by Mansoor and Mace, they get it. They are going to have an incredible indie run. They know that you have to, you can't just get by on your name. Like, because there are wrestlers who they think that you can go out there and just be like, hey, I wrestle in WWE, I'm going to be great on here. Like, they're putting in that extra little effort. They're doing what the Cardonas and the Landers and that have done to elevate themselves. So I'm very stoked for what they're going to bring to the indie scene.
And that is the night before Royal Rumble, right? That's Friday the 26th. So that'll be a nice little like Friday night show to watch.
Friday the 26th. So after you're done watching LPW, you can queue up some GCW on Triller and give it a watch.
Which stay tuned for that. We'll have some news and information on when we're going to do that upcoming preview for GC or LPW 22. I'm feeling 22. Sorry, I'm not a great singer.
I thought it was great. You're fantastic.
So you're a singer. I sing too. If you want to get, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna. We gotta stay professional.
No,
That's how you get off of the. You start singing old Step Brother quotes.
You have the voice of an angel.
Listen, I'm not just some guy. I'm your brother, and you got to know, Brennan. You're the voice of an angel.
Prestige worldwide. Wide.
We put liquid put liquid paper on a bee. Research.
Okay.
Investors, possibly you.
Roseland 7, taking place January 5th. So
yes,
it's almost weird to think that we're previewing shows for January, but it's like, no, that's right around.
That's like 2 days from now.
Yeah.
So January 5th, that would be next Friday. Yeah. So that's why we're previewing it today, because we'll have to talk about it on next Saturday.
Yes. So
that card is stacked.
Yeah, 100%.
So if we're sitting here 12 months from now talking about our matches of the year, there's a possibility that a couple of them could come from this card.
Without a doubt. Like, they're kicking things off.
They're setting the bar.
Big. Yeah. We'll start from the very top.
I don't know if they're the first official independent show of the new year, but it's close.
Yeah, I don't know who's got that. Has that title, but Workhorsemen versus Midnight Heat. Midnight Heat had a banger of a match with C4 earlier this year. It was a ladder match. It was incredible. It's I think it's up on the Prestige YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. It's worth checking out. The Workhorsemen are fantastic. JD Drake is one of the best wrestlers out there, and he gets so much guff because he's a bigger dude, but the guy can fucking go.
Yeah, if I could move like that, give me all the guff you want.
Yeah, he's so agile. He's hard hitting. Like, that is what I want in a wrestler. So, like, for me, I'm a huge JD Drake fan. I love JD Drake. He's incredible. I want to see more of him. He should have a bigger spotlight on the indies, in AEW, whatever it may be. But JD Drake and Anthony Henry are money. The Workhorsemen are great. But Midnight Heat are no slouches either. So, like, with this, you're going to get an incredible tag team match. If you're a fan of tag team wrestling, you're going to love this matchup. These two teams are going to match up very well together, and I can't wait to see what they do. After that, now, Sonico versus Sami Callihan. Callahan has done a lot of work with Wrestling Revolver. Revolver and Prestige sort of have a little rivalry going on. So he's going to be over wrestling in Prestige tonight, or on the 5th.
Well, I don't know if this is breaking news or late last night after everything was said, I think Defy, who we'll talk about next, announced that he will not be there due to an illness.
Oh, shit.
So he won't be at the seminar or for his match. They're working on a replacement for Sami Callihan. So I don't know if hopefully he's better by the Prestige date, which is obviously a few days away. But if he's not, feel better, Sammy. But yeah, he will not be at Defy tonight.
I know people were hyped up for that seminar.
Yeah.
I mean, put it this way. I think there's quite a few people who do seminars, and you can get some really great knowledge from these incredible wrestlers. And I feel like Callahan would have a lot to offer because he has been everywhere. He's done everything. So you'd really be able to pick his brain and really get a larger grasp on the scale of things when it comes to like what he's been able to experience. So just keep it in mind.
But yeah, so hopefully they come up with a really kick-ass replacement for Sammy in terms of both the seminar and that. If not, they'll hopefully refund everybody. Defy usually. They would. They're nice people.
Defy usually they deliver when it comes to if they have to do a replacement or whatever. Like it'll be tough considering World's End is tonight. So
yeah, but we'll see what happens. But I figured I'd throw that out there because the Prestige shows in a few days. So hopefully he's healthy enough by then to make that date. But he will not be there tonight.
Pluggo with the tidbits. I was about to yawn there before I put the graphic up. I forgot what I was doing.
It's because I threw a tidbit out there and you're not used to it.
I know. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, God.
No, I'm boring you to death. Well, do you want me to say we got Willow Nightingale taking on Sandra Moon at Roseland 7? Talk about a banger right there.
The two happiest people in wrestling.
Right?
Like,
Just the amount of smiles that are going to happen in that match. They might be hitting each other smiling just because they're so happy.
Like, you come across people in wrestling who are just genuinely incredible people. And like, from all I've been able to see from what Willow presents, and like, I mean, obviously, she seems like just an incredible person.
Mhm.
And I've had the chance to talk to Sandra before, and like, genuinely one of the nicest people in wrestling. So like, this match will just have like a smile off.
This is one of those matches where you want both competitors to win. You're just like, I want both of you to win because you both are awesome.
I hope everybody has fun.
Yeah, I just hope you guys have fun.
Amira is going to be facing off versus Drexel in a Rose City death match.
Interesting.
Yes. So I am very curious to see what will partake in a Rose City death match, how that differs from a regular death match.
Yeah, will there be roses, thorns?
I'm assuming
Derek Rose Bowl. Our friend Rose from LPW.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But I'm guessing because it's at the Roseland Theater, that's why it's called. But maybe Portland is known as the Rose City. I don't know. Like,
yes, City of Roses. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the City of Angels, but the City of Roses. So, I'm not too familiar with Drexel, but I am excited for this match. Amira is great. So, I mean, it's one of those ones where you can tune into this and maybe discover a new favorite, and it might lead you into something else that you'll like with something like this.
You'll put them in the rotation, as I like to say.
Exactly. Now, you talked about potential match of the year candidates. This one has match of the year potential written all over it. It was originally supposed to be Ray Phoenix. He's not cleared yet. So what better replacement for Ray Phoenix than Leo Rush?
Right?
The man of the hour, Leo Rush. Leo Rush is incredible.
He is incredible. I love him. I say this every time. The wrestling world is better with Leo Rush in it.
Yeah, 100%.
I know he gets a lot of flack from a lot of internet trolls who are like, "Oh, is he going to retire mid-match because he's retired a few times?" I don't care. You retire as many times as you want. Just come back. That's all I'm saying. So I'm excited.
Like, I feel that, I mean, we've been able to see what he's been able to do for the past 6-7 years. I mean, whether it's been ROH, PWG, WWE, I mean, they didn't know what to do with him. But NXT, AEW, back out in the Indies, New Japan, like, Leo Rush is incredible. Very talented, can talk. I mean, the quickness he has, the innovative moves, the high flying, fantastic. And Samurai de Sol, I mean, incredible wrestler. These two together should put on just an absolute banger of a match.
Just a sprint of a match. Speaking of Leo Rush, we have an interview with Leo Rush on this very channel. So when you're done here, search it. Spenny Love interviewed Leo Rush a while back.
Oh,
there you go.
On this YouTube channel.
On this YouTube channel that we're on right now. Yeah, it's in there. It's in there.
Check it out.
It's there somewhere. It was I think it was earlier this year, maybe.
Yeah, no,
I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Could have been late last year, but I know it's on here.
Give it a watch because Leo Rush is incredible.
There you go. And Spenny Love is incredible. The boss man.
So is Spenny Love. Like, just two top-notch individuals.
Just chopping it up, as the kids say.
Just yucking it up. Jordan Cruz versus Jaden. Jaden also Pacific Northwest regular. Jordan Cruz, we have seen him all over the place doing other prestige shows. Just a solid dude. Like, Jordan Cruz can fuck shit up. Like, and
Jaden's fun. Jaden's fun. He's quick. He's another one of these guys to look out for in 2024. So yeah, that'll be a fun one.
I'm excited for that one. Jordan Cruz is someone who, like, initially it wasn't, it took me a little bit to warm up, but like, I love what Jordan's been doing. Just some great stuff. So, but that's kind of how it is with wrestling sometimes, like, you'll watch something, you might not be into it right away, but you keep going. It's like, hell yeah, this is my jam. So that's Jordan Cruz for me. This one Sky Blue facing off against Liza Hall.
Yes. I'm going to talk about fucking shit up.
Liza Hall, the Rain City Stretcher. Liza
That's
Hall,
right.
fuck you up.
Liza Hall, Sky Blue with this new persona, Sky Blue. I'm super intrigued to see how this plays out on the independent level. Because she's usually such a, a big fan favorite, bubbly personality out there. But now that she's aligned with Julia Hart, this is a whole new her. So we'll see. That's going to be fun. And Liza Hall, like you said, rules.
Oh,
so expect a hard hitting match here.
Liza Hall is up there with like the Zoe Sagers, where they should be working everywhere. Like promotion should be reaching out because like they are that good of wrestlers. Liza Hall is incredible, has done an incredible job out in Vancouver, the Pacific Northwest, branching out more into, Alberta this past year, doing that. Like, I want to see the world for Liza. Incredible wrestler. Very stoked for this matchup. Liza and Sky Blue will be a great match.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So now talk about a hard hitting match. That's this next one right here with Josh Alexander versus Timothy.
Remember when I said a match of the year could come out of the independent wrestling scene on January 5th?
Yep.
I might have been talking about this one. Whoo! Josh Alexander coming off of that injury that sidelined a lot of his 2023. So he's looking to make a name, come back strong. Independent Timothy Thatcher, dude, it'll just hurt you to hurt you. Mm-hmm. I'm in for it.
I am a big fan of Josh Alexander. I think Josh is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where doesn't get the appreciation that he deserves, but he is a fantastic wrestler, very hard hitting. Just, that when he's in the ring, you are going to get an incredible match. And facing off with someone like Timothy Thatcher, I mean, we've seen more and more of him the past year. So, pardon me. Ooh. I'm going to throw up the graphic again just for a second.
So you can cough and yawn. So you can just in the amazingness that is that match. It's gonna hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt, but in a good way, not in a bad way.
100%.
Kayfabe.
Timothy Thatcher, the man who everybody thinks is British but is not. Very stoked for these two to face off.
Oh, heck yeah.
Now, I mean, by all intents and purposes, this should be the main event. To me, it is not, but without a doubt, this match is going to be incredible. Alan Angels.
That's just silly.
What's that?
That's just bonkers, dude.
This match?
Yeah.
Alan Angels versus Kevin Blackwood versus Chris Sabin versus the Prestige champion, Alex Shelley. So you're getting two Motor City Machine Guns in here. Yeah. One of the best tag teams of all time. You're getting Alan Angels, who talk about betting on yourself. I mean, Alan Angels did that and has crushed it. And Kevin Blackwood, who is one of the best on the independent wrestling scene right now. You have four of the best wrestlers today in one match with Prestige. Like,
Prestige is like, watch this. We're going to empty the clip for show of the year. Like, have this. Enjoy. Good luck following that rest of the independent wrestling scene.
There used to be a computer game called Extreme Warfare Revenge, where you could book your own, you could sign wrestlers, book your own cards, book your weekly TV show. And this is the kind of match that I would have booked. It's like taking just the four best wrestlers and be like, right there. Just putting on a banger of a card.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
I love it. So that one is going to be huge. I just got to track down the one other one. This is my main event because
this is your main event.
Talk about two incredible tag teams, two of the best in independent wrestling right now. I'll say it. We have C4, the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions, taking on Sinner and Saint, Travis Williams, and Judas Icarus. I am fully expecting new tag champs tonight. I love C4. I think they are one of the best tag teams. Guillermo Rosas and Cody Chun, but Travis Williams and Judas Icarus, they are incredible. Like, you hear the kids talk about how I'm built different. Those two are built different.
Right? Right. So you're calling it, huh? New champs.
I'm calling it new champs. Sinner and Saint are taking the gold, and they're kicking off 2024 in a big way. Like, I'm thinking big things for Sinner and Saint this year, and they're going to start off huge.
your LPW Challenge champion, Travis Williams, getting some more gold, becoming the belt collector. I like it.
The professional.
The professional. He is a professional. He's awesome. So, that's gonna be hard hitting. That's gonna rule. I'm not gonna disagree with you. I think we get new tag champs at Prestige.
Hell yeah. So we also have Defy. We might not get to JCW, but they got a show on YouTube this weekend, so definitely check it out. But we're going to run through the Defy card. Defy puts their shows up on Remix, which is free if I'm not mistaken. It's a streaming site. You get Defy, PCW.
It's usually a week after.
Yeah, usually about a week after. So, I mean, would it be great to watch it tonight? Of course. But hey, I mean, can't always get what you want.
Right.
Like the Rolling Stones. Was it the Rolling Stones?
Sure.
Can't always get.
That's where we need. That's where we need Spencer, because he would know.
Yeah, Spenny.
Spenny, if you're here, what's that? Can't get what you want. Is that the Rolling Stones? He knows about all that old school music and stuff.
He does. So, you had mentioned Sami Callihan
is not available
tonight. So we're not going to throw that one up, but we will go through the rest of the card. Vaughn Vertigo versus Matt Brannigan. Brannigan had a match with Sebastian Wolf at the last show, if I'm not mistaken. And Vaughn Vertigo is going to be doing LPW 22 in a few short weeks. So, like,
is he doing 22 or no? Yeah, he's facing the winner of the Oil Rumble title match.
Yes, the winner.
That's right.
The winner of MRB versus Michael Allen, Richard Clark.
Yeah, I almost said he will be at the Oil Rumble, but he's taking on the Oil Rumble winner.
Yes. So Vaughn Vertigo is like, talk about a jet setter, just wrestles everywhere. Like, dude's wrestled in Europe this year, Canada, the States. He's been all over the place. Incredible wrestler. He wrestled even in Winnipeg this past year too, because I mean, it's Winnipeg. So, but very entertaining to watch. This should be a fantastic.
Yeah, Brannigan's always fun, and Vaughn. It's going to be a fun one. That is going to be one of those matches where you're like, the both competitors could absolutely go, but they're going to have a lot of fun with it too. I just checked Defy's Twitter to see if there was any updates. They have not announced a replacement as of yet for Sami Callihan.
Cody Chun defending the Primo Lucha International title against Kevin Knight. Like, Kevin Knight is someone who, I mean, really came into his own this past year. We've seen him everywhere, whether it's GCW, JCW, tearing up the independents, TNA. He's been all over the place. Going to be taking his work to Defy. And I mean, I'm a big fan of what Kevin Knight has been able to do this past year. He's really been able to come into his own. He's incredibly talented, and it's great to see that be portrayed in the ring. Just been what he's been able to do with it. So I'm very stoked for this match.
And your boy Cody Chung.
Yeah, I love Cody Chung.
I love Kevin Knight. So this is going to be a really good match. There I see sneaky good. I might steal the show. Could steal the show right here.
It's very possible. So like this card, I feel like it's got some incredibly solid matches. It might not have that like massive name that a lot of independent shows have, but like you are going to get every match delivered
consistent throughout. Yeah, it's going to be one of those where every match you could be like, that was match of the night. Hey, speaking of LPW, former LPW alums, the Bollywood Boys. Yeah, baby.
Yep, Bollywood Boys versus Los Suavecitos.
Yeah, the Defy World Tag Team Champions. Is that Los Suavecitos is the tag champs, or is it Bollywood Boys?
The Bollywood Boys.
Oh, I couldn't remember who's the champs. I'm sorry. I feel bad, but that's awesome.
Okay. That's okay. Bollywood Boys defending their titles. I'm excited for this match. I mean, Bollywood Boys, they always deliver in the ring. They're very entertaining. Yeah. And I have no doubt that these two teams together will just put on a great match.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. I think the Bollywood Boys are going to retain.
I 100%
keep it pushing. They're going to keep it pushing into 2024.
Hell yeah. Now we talked about Sinner and Saint taking part in the Prestige show. Yeah. Sinner and Saint are going to be here at the Defy show as well, not tagging together, but you are going to get Sovereign, Evan Rivers, and Travis Williams taking on Guillermo Rosas and Thicky Ricky.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, we are big fans of Sovereign here. You know, it's incredible wrestlers. I'm very excited for them. This will be a good match. Like,
yeah, we didn't talk much about Evan Rivers, but he's been just as on par with Judas and Travis this year as well, because they're all together in a group. But we talk a lot more about Judas and Travis than maybe we do Evan Rivers, but he's no slouch and he's fantastic. So it's going to rule.
I think this year because we've seen Travis and Judas really been able to take the south of the border by storm. And I say south of the border, meaning the States, because
us down here, us stateside people.
Yeah. We've seen Travis and Judas really take off in the US. And I think this is the year where Evan really makes his name known in the US. Like, he's already an incredible wrestler. And I think he's going to prove it even more in 2024.
Heck yeah.
I feel like this match has implications because we are getting Judas Icarus versus Starboy Charlie. This is Defy is putting this one on. So Starboy Charlie, very well known on the indies, whether it's GCW, West Coast Pro. He's the current West Coast Pro champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I feel that there's going to be some layers to this, because if Judas wins, he should get a West Coast Pro title match. Just saying.
Even though it's in Defy.
Even though it's Defy, because he beat the West Coast Pro champ.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. I would be down for more Judas Icarus into the West Coast Pros and just doing a whole United States run. That'd be fun. I'm down with that. But Starboy Charlie's no slouch, buddy.
I know.
My boy Starboy Charlie in them overalls. Watch it. He ain't just gonna let Judas take over.
I know. But I'm fantasy booking in my own head because
I'm down for it though.
If Judas wins, I want to see Judas and Starboy Charlie in a West Coast Pro ring.
That would be a fun little program. They'll do a couple matches here and there for different promotions. West Coast Pro, do the Defy thing. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Book it. I'm down. I just booked a Figure Book with Doom earlier. You book whatever you want.
Hell yeah. Thanks, buddy. And last but certainly not least, Nicole Matthews versus Rose. Rose making their Defy debut, if I'm not mistaken. I am very hyped up for this opportunity for Rose because she had posted on her social media that it's been 1 year since these two went at it. They at 365, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going to be doing things again down in the States, down in Defy. Nicole Matthews is one of the best wrestlers in wrestling
world.
In wrestling. Rose has had an incredible year, and I am very, very excited for this matchup. Just everything about it. The potential to come out of this match and where they can go with things is huge. So I'm very excited to see these two face off.
Yeah, Rose getting a win over Nicole Matthews would be huge for her trajectory, but obviously Nicole Matthews is Nicole Matthews. So easier said than done, just getting a win over Nicole Matthews. Like I said it so nonchalantly. So yeah, two former LPW people there as well. We're all over the place, man. But I'm excited. This is a match on the card where I looked at it and I was like, hells yeah. Let's get both of these ladies killing it.
So, we don't have enough time to run through the Jersey Championship Wrestling, but I know they are doing a Battle Bowl type thing this weekend.
Cool.
Should be up on YouTube. And I saw before we came live, it seems like Tara Zepp, who also recently wrestled for LPW, Tara Zepp's going to be there too. So that's awesome. Very stoked for Tara.
And that'll be Sunday, probably at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, they usually run Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, before the big show. So
that'll be good. That'll be a fun time.
Free.
So you can't go wrong.
$3.99.
It's better than cheap. It's free.
That's right. So get your JCW fix, your GCW fix, your Defy, Prestige, whatever else you're watching. There's a lot of wrestling this weekend. We're kicking off. We're ending the year strong, and we're kicking off 2024 even stronger.
We ended this show strong. We went hard today.
And we did all of that and crammed it all within our hour. Look at that.
Yeah. So.
Look at that. Pros, baby.
We've got lots of fun stuff planned. We're going to be looking at the LPW shows coming up. Next week, I'll tell you already, we'll talk about the MLW show that's going to be happening that night. So we'll be previewing that, and lots more great stuff, lots more fun news, tidbits, and all the stuff to get you ready for your independent wrestling needs.
That's right.
So,
but before we get out of here, stay safe this weekend.
Yeah,
it's New Year's Eve weekend. Stay safe. We love all of you. Call an Uber, call a cab, get a ride. Call me. I'll come pick you up.
See, I'm not even going to plug my stuff. I'll do one more hour.
We probably could. Lord.
There's enough stuff. I got suckered into helping people move today, so that's.
Oh no! Did they offer you pizza and beer?
I didn't even get that yet.
No, you didn't even get that. Oh no!
So it's only for a couple hours. I'll get it done.
Yeah, it's your big muscles. Yeah, don't bust out of that hoodie like that, dude. Don't break. You have to buy a new hoodie.
With my medium. Okay, before we get out of here, you can find me up on all social media, Grainmake Wrestling Podcast. New podcast dropping. We'll drop it on New Year's Day to kick things off with Zandra Lee, who's been tearing it up in the Ontario scene. She's going to be doing a tour with CWE as they make their way east. So stay tuned for that. All podcast sharing platforms. And you find me here every weekend with this guy doing For Exposure. We have a lot of fun, and I'm very stoked to do a full year with you in 2024. Yeah.
Big strong boy. That's right.
Big strong boy.
That's right. Valera Pacheco, the big strong boy.
Where can they find you?
Well, you can find me at Pluggo_ on Twitter, at Pluggo Loves Wrestling on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Every Thursday night, 8 p.m. with the wonderful JPJ doing Between Two Beards. Would be our 2024 year in review show this Thursday. That's always an easy year in review show because it's only 1 week. I love it. And then with you on the weekends, and that's really all I got right now. I don't know. You never know where I might pop up. So yeah,
awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a very fun year so far. Mm-hmm. I'm glad we've been able to do the show. I mean, there's no one I would rather do this with you. It's been a fantastic year, and I'm glad we've been able to do this, and everyone and their support. And I'm just going to ramble now until I go to my outro. So thank you so much. Happy New Year. Stay safe. We want everyone back next week. So just like he said, if you need a ride, call someone. But have a lot of fun for New Year's Eve. You have been consensually exposed on For Exposure.
See you next year.
Oh, I forgot to queue up.
We didn't do it. Whoa. We've been so good for the last few months, and here you go blowing it.
You know what I did? I was going right to end stream, and I was getting too heartfelt with my message. So I've got it here. I'm redoing it. You've been consensually exposed here on For Exposure. Peace to the streets.